Creating a system that allows you to know what your content calendar is and execute it is really important for your success of content syndication. And that's what we're talking about this week on Hard Facts. Hi, I'm Samantha Cunningham-Zavolinsky, and a couple weeks ago we talked about how to create a content calendar and what kind of things to use as inspiration to identify content you can put out there. But we had a bunch of requests for how do I organize this information? How do I make sure myself or my team is consistently moving forward with getting our content calendar executed? So we're going to cover a couple of tools that you can evaluate for yourself and test out to find out which one's going to work best for your team. And the best part of this is most of them, if not all of them, offer a free version for you to utilize. And let's start with the free stuff first. So what can we use to make sure we're organizing all of this information? Now, what I use that I actually love is super simplistic, but I will tell you it works best for me and not the use with the team, is utilizing Google Calendars. And I love this because it is accessible no matter where I am from my mobile device, my laptop computer, or in my office. So when I'm on the go, I can make sure I'm still producing that content that is part of my syndication plan. The other thing here is you can have multiple calendars. So if you're going to put one piece of content out on your blog, and then a couple days later you're going to put it out on Instagram, you can make sure that you have calendars for each of those. And so often I have a brainstorming moment where I need to jot down that information I want to communicate to my audience. And in those moments, a lot of the times I'm limited by characters depending on the platform I'm utilizing. Google Calendar, pop it in that description, and you could talk for days. So much like Google Calendar, Google Sheets is a great product you can use as well that gives you all of that accessibility no matter where you are. But it gives you a little bit more customization, whether it's for yourself or for a team. And I've seen some great iterations of this, so do a Google search if you think Google Sheets is right for you. Where I think it is great is when you can utilize it to organize, instead of multiple calendars, one consistent view, and you can use columns and rows for different items. So for example, your columns and rows can both indicate the month and the week, and then your columns further across can identify the different platforms and type of content that you're utilizing. So if customization and tweaking to your perfection is the name of the game, Google Sheets, perfect opportunity. Here's 3 more to take a look at, and the first of the 3 is the WordPress plugin Editorial Calendars. Now, I'll actually include the link to this in the comments, and here's an example of kind of what it looks like and how it works from the plugin itself. Now, what I like about this is not only can you save posts, but you can plan them and see them in this holistic view. So you can see everything that you've done in the past, as well as everything that you're going to do in the future. And with this really cool drag and drop feature, you're able to say, hey, you know what, this content shouldn't go out on Thursday, it should go out on Sunday. And instead of Sunday at noon, I want to send it out Sunday at 9 a.m. So it gives you that really quick plug and play opportunity from a calendar view, where when you're looking at the back of your WordPress blog post, it doesn't really give you that functionality you've been looking for. And there's a couple other really cool features here as well. You can also manage posts from other authors, and there's the draft section. Now I love that because sometimes you're working on a piece of content, or maybe you're working on a collaboration that just isn't solidified or ready to go live yet. So as you've created that content, you can hold it over in the drafts, drag it over, and then execute that published date. And last but not least are Asana versus Trello. And I'm going to give you the pros and cons of each, but I recommend experimenting a little bit with any platform to find out what's best for yourself. Now, Asana is great because I am all about crossing something off my list and checking that box, whereas Trello is a little bit more of like a massive spreadsheet of Post-its. But there's a couple other features to consider. So I know you're probably wondering, do we utilize either of them internally as you're evaluating this for yourself? So I mentioned I use the Google product myself when I'm talking about my own content calendar, but we do use Trello to communicate with clients, allowing them to put them on our Trello board and to indicate where things are across the process. Now, I like Asana because I like to check boxes off, but quite frankly, we took a look at it across multiple devices and interfaces, and their app is kind of clunky, and I think it's due to the granularness in which you can get within the platform. So depending on how much you need to be detail-oriented and how far you need to break things down, Asana may be a better option for you. However, there is some features that Trello has, for example, uploading an image that is a little bit more seamless than the use of it in Asana. Now, Asana doesn't have that seamless mobile experience or usability, whereas Trello is really clean and simple. But Asana, again, is going to give you a little bit more granularity to tasks and the projects. It also does sync with Google Calendar as well, which is a great feature there. So I really recommend you look at a demo of each of them, and there's some links in the comments here in the description so you can take a look at which is going to work for you. The other great thing is there are some Trello online courses that I highly recommend. They're going to give you a blueprint of how to really utilize the platform and how to set up your Trello boards. I haven't found anything as great for Asana yet, but if you have something or have taken a course or a workshop that's really helped you capitalize on Asana, share that so our audience can make sure that they're utilizing it to the full capacity as well. Whether it's Google Calendar, Google Sheets, editorial calendar for the WordPress plugin, Trello, or Asana, there is a fit for your business. It's just a matter of knowing what is most important to you. Or if you found a secret that is making your content syndication even easier, and we didn't mention it today, comment below, as everybody would love to know what your secret recipe to blog syndication is.